Hey y'all, I'm coming to you from the kitchen, and it has been a while because I have been out and about and sick, and God only knows what else, but mostly because I have been sick as a dog and I've been trying to get my life together. So I appreciate you being patient with me as I have been out and tired and sick and tired. So, thanks for joining me on this 2 a.m. Shipwreck Live. So, a lot of y'all have been asking me to um, tell you about the Shipwreck Live. There have been a couple of people who have posted one part of the video, but not the other. Some people have posted this part of the video, but not the other. So, I'm going to go ahead and tackle both parts as best as possible. I'm going to tell you now, I have not done one, but I know the general concept, and I'm going to go ahead and do it for you. And then, of course, as always, you make it your own. But I'm pretty secure on how to do it, and I have done each individual part on their own, just never together. So we are never, ever, ever, but we are getting back together right here. We're doing it now. So here we go. All right. So these are the things you're going to need. You're going to need some wood grain colors. I use Tim Holtz Alcohol Ink. The colors that I have are teakwood, caramel, and latte. But use whatever the heck colors you want to use. I don't care. Use your own fancy colors. So, but these are the three I'm using. Okay? For the water, I've got, God only knows, sailboat and denim. But I'm also going to use some Bombay ink. And I've got turquoise, then blue. There's some originality. And then I've got white to make the clouds and to make the waves. And so I'm going to kind of incorporate all those. So this is the Bombay ink that I'm using. Okay. So I'm using those. And then you're going to need a tumbler. White. You're also going to need masking tape. Tape of any kind. Pick a tape, any tape. And then a brush to, do your little thing. I would say makeup sponges. But they're playing a game of hide and go seek in my house right now. Alright. So the first thing you're going to do, and I say 1-inch masking tape. 1 inch is the best. Said no woman ever. And you're just going to start taping off your cup. And I say you really got to have kind of like an eye. And you really got to make sure that you're straight. That's going to be a problem for y'all. And I say turn your turner on. Okay? And then what you want to do is, if you have like a straight razor, okay? And then take your little straight razor and straight raise the edge. And the same thing. You want to get real kind of close to it. Not too close, but enough to leave like a little space. Make sure it's down. And just straight raise a low. Now remember, it's a shipwreck cup. So the hardest thing in the world is going to be not having your lines perfect. Okay? Literally, that's going to be your hard thing. Because you're going to want everything to be perfect and wonderful. And guess what? It ain't going to be. So, you're just going to lay this down. Make sure you have kind of an even seam at the top. Okay? And if you see that it's not, like that, little straight, you just take that little straight razor and make it as straight as possible. Okay? And you go back around. It's kind of like laying bricks. Okay, let's see, I cut that piece a little bit too short. And if they overlap, don't worry about it. Because you can cut them both to leave the right amount of space. Okay, so see how they kind of overlap a little bit? So I'm just going to do a little cut right here. Do a little cut right here. And then I'm going to just pick it up. And it puts that space. Make sense? And I'm going to kind of turn my turner around. Turn around every now and then. No. Okay. Everything that was stuck there. And then I just take the little piece that I cut. Alright. Holy potatoes. So that spaz move was called I dropped my blade and didn't want to lose a toe. And I just pick. There you go. Okay. So look. You got your first row of bricks. Okay? And you just lay down. Now look, I'm all about being a perfectionist. I'm all about it being even and perfect and all that crap. But listen. Boom. It's a shipwreck. Your ship's about to go down. Okay? So don't sweat it. This one you're going to start in the middle hand. Okay? And that one I made a little bit shorter. So these you might just want to make a little bit shorter. Okay? And some of you just might want to take your cup out and actually physically turn it. Because it's easier, quicker, whatever. And if that's the case, then do that. Again, it's whatever floats your boat. And look. So see, my seam didn't line up there. So then this is what you do. You put your tape all the way around. So I'm going to show you how to fix it if you didn't line your seam up right. Okay? You put your tape all the way around. Right? Now watch. See, my seam would have ended like right there, and I don't want it to end right there. Okay, I want it to end like more right here. So instead of cutting my seam right there, I'm going to take my little X-Acto knife, and I'm going to cut it right here. I'm going to cut a little just a little middle ground, right? Because that's where I want my seam. Now, here's another little tip and trick, okay? That'll save you some sanity points, okay? And don't say that I never showed you nothing. Because literally you're going to be like, what? Chauvin's a genius. And I'm going to be like, right? But let me finish this row. And then I'm going to show you. Okay? Actually, let me pick that piece off. Because it was crooked-legged eye. Alright. So I'm just gonna lay this down real quick. And I'm gonna show you how to save your life and sanity with all that, like cutting a bunch of pieces and measuring and all that bullcrap. Okay, so give me about 10 seconds. And I'm going to show you. And you're going to be like, what? Chauvin, let's make out. And I'm going to be like, okay, no. And be like, nope, sorry. I'm taken. But you were going to be like, oh my God, that is genius. And I'm going to say, right? So, this is what you can do to save your sanity. Okay? As far as okay, so there's your little planks. Now, to save your sanity from having to like measure and all that, watch. You take your tape, okay? And you get all up on it. Now watch. And you put it on it. And you go all the way around. Don't stop. Get it, get it. Don't stop. Don't cut it. Don't stop it yet. Just make sure it's one consecutive circle. And when you get to the other side, break it. Break it. Okay? Now, see how it's one line? Now you're going to take your little knife, and then you go back and you cut it where you need it. So now, I'm going to match it up with my first lines. Talk about genius, right? And talk about time saving, because you don't have to sit there and cut and measure and do all that. Cutting and measuring, and then you can make sure that your tape gets all the way around and that you have enough slats and that it gets covered and so on and so forth, because it's all the same length, right? Genius, right? And that it lines up with the top level, but it doesn't overlap with the bottom level. Now look how fast that was. See little bricks? See little planks? Now look how easy that was, right? And then you just do it again. Probably shouldn't have done that, but I can always just put another piece around. So I'm going to square up with it. And the biggest part is just make sure that this little seam, okay, that you're going around on is even. Right? Because that's what you want to make sure. Okay? So, now isn't that so much more easier? Right? And then you're just going to match it up with your second row now. So my second row slots are just real easy and quick. Go up. My second row slots. Bam. See how much easier that is? My second row slots. I think that needs to be a little bit wider. And so it just takes a little bit of ingenuity. Think about, okay, how can I make this easier and more productive for myself? Rather than sit there and spend 45 minutes taping your damn cup. Because that's just obnoxious. Right? Okay. Now, I don't recommend taping and browning all the bottom, because why? You're about to cover all that with blue. But I do want you to go back and make sure that all this is taped real good. Okay? Now, you're going to take like your middle, okay, or your light, or I'd say your dark, G dark. Let me get you some gloves. Literally, I lose more craft supplies. All right. So let's go with the dark. I'll just put it right on the top of like a cup. Okay. And we're just gonna literally just brush it in to those seams and then the tops. Brush up, brush up, brush up. Okay? we're just gonna brush, brush, brush. Brush, brush, brush. And you're gonna leave it kind of dark. And you're gonna leave it kind of streaky. Because it's wood grain. And wood grain ain't perfect. Okay? And this is the darker of the colors. And you go down a little bit. Down here. Because you're going to go down in the seam. Okay? So, you're going to go down a little bit. A little bit more. And again, you just kind of smear it on there. Smear it. Smear it on there. And you just get all up in there. And if you have any extra, make sure you kind of go back and forth on, like, wiggle it in there. Give it a little wiggle and a jiggle. Okay? Because you want to get all the little nooks and crannies. Okay? So you got your little nooks. You got your little crannies. Okay? So this is the step. Okay? So, phase 1. Now, if you want to go over it, just a quick, quick, almost dark line style darkness. To where it holds that darkness. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Then you don't want to go over it too many times, because the more times you pop it with that brush, it's going to blend it. And blending is not the secret here, Edward. Okay, because you want it to be dark. Alright. And then you're going to just wait. And you're going to... Now my heat gun has 2 settings. It has a cool and it has a hot. So I'm going to pop it with a cool, just to make sure that my alcohol ink is dry. And I know I got some down at the bottom, and that's okay. Because all this down here is going to be blue. And it should be dry. Because alcohol ink dries pretty quickly. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is, I'm going to step out the back, and I'm going to spray this real quick with triple thick, to make sure that I sealed this set of the alcohol ink. So give me a second. I'm actually going to spray it with Mod Podge. And I'm going to go right back on to the cool button. And I'm actually going to put it back in my turner. And I'm just going to kind of sit on it and just kind of let it turn for a second. So I know this is kind of like the tedious part, but I like to show you all the steps. So I like to make sure you get the whole picture. I don't want you to miss anything. I don't have the fancy fast forward button, so you're just going to have to look. And so I will tell you this. So for those of you who are watching, you're going to get a sneak peek, but I'm only going to tell you if you give me a thumbs up right now. So give a little thumbs up, and I'm going to tell you a secret that nobody else will know but you. But only if you do a thumbs up. So, I have a secret project that's about to happen that very, very few people know about, if anybody. There's only like 4 people that know about it, and it's been very hush-hush. People don't really know about it in groups yet. I think it's going to revolutionize. I think it's the next best thing in tumblers. And I am going to do a tutorial on YouTube as soon as it comes in. And man, is it going to be freaking awesome. And I cannot wait. So, I'm super, super, super excited. I'm trying to make sure that this is cool before I start smearing and all that stuff. Alright. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take your tape off. I really should have gloves. A glove on my other hand for this. Wait till you see this other stuff, y'all. It's gonna revolutionize. And I recommend doing it while your turner is on. That way you're working with your turner. And if you have some seepage, don't worry, because you're about to paint over that with a lighter color. So don't be like, oh my God, some of it like went through. That's okay, because you're about to paint over it with another color brown. So don't like freak out and lose your mind, because you're literally about to go over it again. With another color. So, and it's going to look fantastic. And I've never done one, so I think so far, so good. I mean, I've done bricks before, and they've looked great, and I've done oceans before, and they looked great, so I can only imagine this is going to look fantastic too. I believe in us. So, and the motion of the cup helps you just pull your tape off a lot easier. Now, if you're trying to make a more crisper seal, I would definitely recommend you use electrical tape, or make sure that your masking tape is sealed super firm. Okay? But, or like use frog tape, or purple tape, or bees tape, or whatever. But this should be fine for this. Alright, now I'm going to take my lighter color. And I'm literally just going to like slob all over it. Slap on a knob, like going on a cup. So I want a good amount. I'm actually going to take it off my turner so I can have a little bit of movement. And I'm just going to, and you want to seal it, that first layer, so you don't dilute your plank lines. Okay? And you don't want to worry about whether or not if you have stroke lines, because remember, it's wood grain and wood has lines in it. So and just do the bottom. You can see it. It's kind of taking its form super fast. It doesn't take a long time to do this cup, especially if you're impatient like me. You just use the heat gun and stuff. Alright. And then just kind of go back over it a little bit. Kind of distress some of the wood. Because like I said, it's a wood grain cup. It's a shipwreck cup. So, okay. So, there's your wooden planks. That looks really freaking good. Alright. Never done wooden planks before. I've done bricks, never wooden planks. Same concept though. But you saw how easy it was. You saw how fast it was. Literally super mega fast, right? Alright. Now you're going to get your epoxy. I think this cup has. Good. Look how satisfying that was. Alright. And I'm going to use like 30 mils. Or That's good. I'm going to use 40 mils because I'm going to kind of be swooshing some colors around. Alright. And so I use Pro-Marine. Okay. And so I'm going to move you a little bit so you can see this part. I got cups everywhere, y'all. Trying to move you so you can see there you go. There you go. So I just got to mix this. And then and so we're going to do the bottom, which is going to be the water. And we're going to kind of do just the water here, but then kind of like blow it up a little bit with the heat gun. Okay? Makes sense? So you saw it took 37 minutes from start to finish to tape, blend, seal, and do the wood grain. Let me take this little winky piece of epoxy right here. And it would have been even less time than that if you would have, if I would have done the cut method of the tape even easier. You know, like even sooner. All right. So when you're mixing your epoxy, some people say, don't mix it so fast. But you just want to make sure that when you mix it, it doesn't jump off your popsicle stick. If it has a lot of bubbles, you can do two things. Once you mix it, you can put it down for a second and just wait patiently. Or you can pop it with a heat gun for a couple seconds. And I'm actually not gonna wait. I actually am gonna pop it with the heat gun. And then I'm gonna be popping it with the heat gun a lot. So just like a couple seconds. Because I'm doing it a lot. So it's gonna get a lot of those bubbles are gonna move around and get loose. So I'm not really worried about them. All right. All right. I'm going to put a base coat over my whole cup. And I didn't seal that last layer because I don't need to, in my opinion. Some people will disagree, and they can disagree all they want, but I don't feel you need to seal it. All right. So I'm just trying to get the coverage on that top. Okay. And you can see I didn't seal that second coat. And it ain't going nowhere. And you can see it's not going anywhere because I'm touching this and I'm touching the white. I'm touching this and then I'm touching the white. So ain't nothing moving. Alright. Now I want to put a little bit more on the bottom to make it movable. Because I want it to kind of have that movement. Now I see some bubbles up here, but I'll get them in a minute. Okay. Alright. You ready? Now, let's see if I can get some of this off me. So I'm going to have to do a little bit of moving and a shaking. You want to put your darker blues obviously closer to the bottom. So that's where your darker water is. And you're going to move some up, okay? And with Bombay ink, you want to get right up on the epoxy. You don't want to get too far off of it, okay? Because the India ink works better when you melt it together in the epoxy. Okay, so now I'm going to see if I can move it a little bit. And I don't want it to run up my ship too much. Like, I don't want it to run up my ship too much. But I want those blues to start to combine. And of course, I'm going to have to add some more blues. And if you feel like it's dripping, or it's not going the way you need it to go, add more blues. Or what you can do is flip your turnip. Let me see. I want to add a little bit of epoxy with a little bit of white because I feel like it would look better if I maybe made white epoxy, you know. Maybe like, there we go. Like kind of drizzled. Because white is such a fickle bitch. I'm going to need to move some of it. Some of it up. Because some of it needs to go on the shipwreck. Alright. Alright, let's see. And now I'm going to and like I said, if you feel like the stuff is dripping or moving too much, number one, you can catch it. You can move it up. Like that's kind of what I catch it and move it. But you want that heat gun on low and slow. Low and slow. You don't want it on like high full blast. Because remember, it's a shipwreck, not a disaster. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it. I'm going to stop it for a second. I'm going to flip it the other way. Just to make the kind of centrifugal force come back at me for a minute. I'm going to add a little bit more epoxy. Add a little bit more white. I feel like my white is riding a struggle bus. I think my white is pretty right there. I think it's some of the blue it needs to mesh with. Oh, a lot of white. Alright. And I'm going to put a little bit more. I think it needs a little bit more of that. And I'm just putting a little bit more of this blue and a little bit more of this denim. And I'm going to hit it with the heat gun and see where it goes. Because it'll start to like move and separate. It's this line of blue. What is this for? I think it looks great. I just need this white to kind of... put it down a little bit. I'm going to put a little bit more blue right there. And then I think I'm good to go. So, this is how you do the Shipwreck tumbler. This kind of looks a little like a byproduct of something. We're not gonna say what. But you know. So I'm gonna take you off, turn you around, show you what you look like. But overall, I'm super mega pleased. All right, ready? All right. Shipwrecked. So there you are, ladies and gentlemen. I think it looks perfect. So, if you have any questions, put the questions in the comments below. Message me on Facebook. Join our group. If you have any other comments or feedback, put them in the questions below. We answer them, pretty regularly. If join our Facebook group, answer the 3 questions, and you're in. And I hope you learned a lot from this tutorial. Literally from start to finish, it was less than an hour. And that was literally having never done it before. So I hope you enjoyed this. Y'all have a great night. Be good to everybody. Bye, y'all.